I'm ready. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Thank you for joining us for July 21st, 2026 York City Council meeting. Prior to our public comment section, I just have a brief statement to read. Before we proceed, I want to speak briefly about the quo warranto action filed by the District Attorney's Office. I know many of you care deeply about this issue, and I appreciate the commitment our community shows when important questions arise. At this time, however, the City Council will not be taking public comment on this matter. A quo warranto action is handled entirely through the court system. It is a legal process that determines whether someone has the authority to hold a particular office, and it must follow established due process protections. Because this is now an active court proceeding, Council will step back and allow the judicial process to move forward without any interference. I want to be clear. This is not a City Council matter at this stage. We do not have the authority to decide it, influence it, or take action on it. The courts must do their work first. Once the legal process is complete, any responsibilities that fall to the Council will be addressed openly and with full transparency. Our goal is always to respect the law, respect each other as colleagues on Council, and respect the process that keeps our community functioning fairly. We have a full agenda this evening, and we want to make sure that everyone has the chance to be heard. During general public comment, please keep your remarks to 5 minutes or less and kindly respect the chair when your time is up. During the legislative session, the same courtesy applies. If you've already spoken, please consider yielding to the floor so that someone else has the opportunity to participate. Staying on topic and keeping comments brief helps us move through this agenda effectively and ensures that everyone who wishes to speak can do so in a respectful amount of time. Thank you for your cooperation and for contributing to a thoughtful, productive, and constructive meeting this evening. At this time, we will hear public comment. Up first, I have Marilyn Hake.
Hi, Marilyn Hake, York City resident. Good evening, all. I wanted to share something positive this evening. I want to encourage everybody to go to the York Fair because there's something very special there this year. It's been there for 3 other years. It's the 4th year, but we don't ever see a whole lot of city folks. The Northeast Neighborhood Community 4-H Club of students from Alexander Good School and is the only 4-H club in York City. It will proudly be entering their projects in the fair for competition, and this is the 4th year. They always walk away with incredible ribbons, and these kids are so proud. The members will be volunteering their time in the 4-H milkshake stand, which is the biggest fundraiser. It is right outside Memorial Hall, best milkshakes in York County. So please do that. So that members can enjoy all that 4-H has to offer, attending meetings, going to 4-H overnight camp in Adams County, which the kids just got back from. They have first-time experiences, science experiments, the Appel Center, the History Center, and ice skating for the first time. A lot of firsts there. Following the mission of 4-H, they learn it is really fun to become a responsible, caring person, responsible for themselves, their family, their school, and their city. This is the 4th year for our 4-H club, and my co-leader Linda and I love these kids, and we're so proud of the personal growth that we have seen. There are many great things going on in York City, and our 4-H club is just one of them. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Hake. Up next, we have Sasha Kuhn.
Hello, my name is Sasha Kuhn.
I moved to York about a little over a year ago. But back in January, me and my fiance bought a property here just inside of York. Unfortunately, since January, we have seen so much drug trafficking, prostitution. These young girls, I see them getting screamed at by men on the streets. And I truly don't know where to turn with this. Me and my husband, we have contacted police quite a few times. I just recently bought a elaborate security system with cameras and everything just to try and feel secure. But some of these individuals have come on our property, have done drugs on our property. I literally witnessed a young female get beaten in the street down the alleyway, and she was surrounded by men, many men, and I don't know exactly where to turn with it, but I did want to bring it to somebody's attention. And also the concerning thing is it's right by the elementary school, the Lincoln Charter School. It is. I don't normally speak publicly, but it's very alarming, and I'm very concerned for the children that I see playing on the park right next to people doing drugs. I see people being high on the streets, just stumbling around, and I just don't know exactly where to turn. I want to have a child here in the next year, and we were hoping that they could go to that school, and it's very concerning to me to want to bring a child into this area. So yeah, I really wanted to bring it to everybody's attention that this is a very prevalent, and it's increasing dramatically since January that I've just seen. I guess that's really about it, but thank you guys. I really wanted to let all of you know.
Well, thank you for sharing that information with us. Next, we have Stephen Fuller.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you for letting me speak. My name is Stephen Fuller, and I'll get into a little more details about what was just said. I'm going to say some crazy things, and if to anybody here listening, even if 1% of you doubts anything I say, I beg you to come talk to me after this. I can show you footage, call logs, and anything I have. I purchased a house next to an elementary school. Some time ago, 2 people entered my yard to smoke crack. No officer showed up. No one even asked me for the video. Recently, it happened again. A woman entered my yard and was doing crack behind my car, in my driveway, on my property. After calling police for about 20 minutes, she and the dealer tried to negotiate for the drugs she left on my car's spoiler. After they walked away, I called the police again, and they didn't see a need to even show up at that point. I still made them come to dispose of the drugs. From the first call, that was a 38-minute response time. I can walk to the station and back in that amount of time. This isn't felony window tint. This isn't aggravated jaywalking. This is trespassing, drug usage, and drug selling. Since that night, I've been critically involved. For every hour of drug dealing footage I get about 8 seconds of a cop car whizzing by. I have a little over 9 minutes of footage of a man beating up 2 prostitutes for not giving him his fair cut of money. I told an officer, even got the man's name from witness reports, and the officer didn't care. He didn't even want the footage. A few days later, I got even more footage of the same guy doing the same thing. Drug dealing is real prevalent in this area. Women are getting trafficked in this area, all next to an elementary school, and I have to see it every day. I come out to go to work this morning to a drug deal, and I bet I can show another drug deal during the time I've been in this building. There's people around me that have been here paying taxes to the city for longer than I've been alive. Barry in the back there. There's even more that have been paying taxes in the city longer than I've been an adult. Now look at them. They live in fear. There's an elder gentleman that lives on my street. He pays more taxes than I do. And that man looked me in the eyes and told me he's scared just to sit on his porch. That is insane to me. A lady wanted to and was supposed to come here and speak tonight. Miss Lynn. You know her as the sweet older lady that walks the golden retriever. 250 feet from my house yesterday morning, she was violently beaten, kicked, and the whole 9 yards. And guess who didn't even show up at that location? Even the EMTs didn't understand. Swollen, covered in bruises, collarbone broke in 3 places along with more to list. She can't even get out of bed right now, let alone be here. But the attacker released in less than 24 hours. The charge? Simple battery and harassment. That's me lightly pushing someone and calling them names. If the DA, the judge, or whoever is that soft on crime, we can put out replacing them on our list too. She thought she was going to die. She's terrified of the guy showing back up. I had to tell her to call the police first, but then call me after, because even if I have to crawl there, I will still get there first. To whoever runs this ward, we want to work with you. We want you to work with us, but we've had enough of this. I haven't posted any of the footage to the internet yet, but every couple days, the group gains another supporter. We're making a pool where we can install cameras in each other's houses and pass out access to each other. It won't be long until someone does a drug deal, and I'll be able to see every step they take and every direction they go for the next 3 blocks. But it's pointless if police response doesn't increase. They're dealing drugs behind Miles' Muffler Shop, the abandoned house off of King Street, adjacent to the alley, on properties they shouldn't even be on. Driving by and waving at them just isn't cutting it as the police. You legally can ID them on the property they're not supposed to be on. It's literally fish in a barrel. Until things change, I'll keep showing up here, but we shouldn't have to live like this. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for sharing this information with us. Is there any further public comment this evening on non-agenda items only? Okay. At this time, we will call our legislative meeting to order, 6:11 p.m. Madam Clerk, can you please call the roll?
Supler.
Here.
Buck.
Here.
Johnny Skew.
Here.
Buckingham.
Here.
Washington.
Here. At this time, we will stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, and immediately following, can you please join us for a moment of silence to honor the life and service of former Councilwoman Antoinette Tony Smith. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may be seated.
I would just like to say something real quick about Tony Smith. She was one of the people that hired me 29 years ago. I was here for the pioneers, which were Lee Smallwood, Ray Crenshaw, Tony Smith. They were the 3 pioneers that saw something in me that has kept me here for 29 years. If I could go back and strangle them for that, I probably would. But I thank them for seeing that in me. And she was such an important role model and figure in this community. You know, love her. Some people didn't love her as much. I loved her a whole lot. She was a wonderful person, and she will be missed.
Yes. Thank you, Clerk Thompson. At this time, we will take action on previous meeting minutes of June 2nd, 2026 and July 7th, 2026. I make a motion to approve the meeting minutes for June 2nd, 2026 and July 7th, 2026.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor? Aye. Anyone opposed? Anyone abstaining? That moves forward. At this time, we move to our presentation, awards and announcements. First, we have Director of Downtown Inc., Ms. Sarah O'Brien.
Council, good evening. I promise to move swiftly. I know you guys have a full agenda, but just wanted to provide you guys some brief updates on what we've been up to so far this year. I know there's a lot of people hopefully watching at home and in the audience. Is on. Not working.
You have it on?
I have it on. Let me try it again. Yeah.
Let me just...
There we go.
you
It
got
works.
Okay.
So for those of you in the audience who aren't familiar with Downtown Inc., we are York's Main Street organization. Our mission is to drive, enhance, and encourage investment in downtown York, and I'll tell you a little bit about how we get that mission accomplished. In 2018, Main Street York and Downtown Inc. became an affiliate of the York County Economic Alliance, which helps us make things happen in downtown York, throughout the city, and of course throughout the county as well. Just the clicker doesn't like me. Many of you know we actually manage the York Business Improvement District on behalf of the city, which is a taxing entity. We collect a 1 mil assessment on all commercial properties. It's been the same level since 1998, which means we have not gotten a raise in funding since 1998. So we'll be coming back to talk to you guys about that in about 12 months. York is divided downtown into our 3 micro districts, or 3 neighborhoods, as we like to call them. WeCo, which is west of the Codorus, Market District, which is the core of downtown where Central Market York is, and of course Rural Square District just right over here to the other side of us. We focus our work on 4 key areas. The first is promotions. That's marketing and storytelling of our downtown business community and of the downtown district itself. Economic development. So through the YCEA, we've spearheaded major projects like the Yorktown Hotel redevelopment project and the Codorus Greenway beautification project, and you'll hear a little bit more about our revamped business recruitment and retention efforts in just a few minutes. Placemaking is our 3rd pillar, really anything that doesn't move downtown, so the streetscape, clean and green, public art, and really making sure that downtown is inviting for all of our visitors and business owners and our local residents. And then finally, our 4th pillar is public safety, to partner with the York City Police Department to make sure that downtown York is safe for everyone. Couple of big news items. Over the last 6 months, we did receive national accreditation for the 2nd year in a row from Main Street America. Thank you. That's worth an applause. It means we have met the gold standard of downtown revitalization and the Main Street 4-point approach. Only about 30% of Main Street programs in the country receive national accreditation. We also just recently received a Townie Award at the Pennsylvania Downtown Center Conference for our Why York Imagine the Possibilities, which is our vacant property marketing campaign and our downtown investment guide that launched in earnest last fall. We also launched the Public Art Toolkit in conjunction with the Cultural Alliance of York County in May. And I'm excited to announce that we submitted an LOI through the Pennsylvania Creative Industries Program to become a creative district. It's a new program that just launched, so we will be working through that application process over the next 6 months. I will definitely be back for a resolution of support, but we're excited to see where that process takes us, and keep your fingers crossed that we can get that designation. Some placemaking and beautification highlights. Our ABM Clean and Green team is in their 3rd year. That program is funded by the York County Solid Waste Authority and the Powder Mill Foundation. Year to date, they've picked up over 4,000 pounds of litter off the streets of downtown York and logged almost 2,500 man-hours through weeding and graffiti removal. We also continue our longstanding partnership with the Garden Club of York. We help fund that program and do a little bit of logistics coordination to make downtown look beautiful May through October. We are in the process of signing a contract for the first phase of our DCNR tree grant. We completed a tree inventory last year, which you guys know about, and we'll be beginning to work on some trees that need to be replaced in downtown York, as well as extending the city and the Rotary Club's Market Street tree replacement all the way to Penn Street, which is the conclusion of the Business Improvement District boundaries. We were excited to partner with the restaurants along Restaurant Row to kind of serve as a conduit to enhance the outdoor dining experience. Weather's supposed to be beautiful on Saturday, so I encourage you to come out and see that. And we finally have our final creative crosswalk installation scheduled for August, thanks to the City of York's Public Works crews. That's a project that started in 2023, and the one in front of Penn Market was delayed for some construction, but we're excited to see that come to fruition. Some of our public safety highlights, we continue to push forward the results of our lighting audit and are planning an additional lighting audit. I think there's some 800 plus light poles in the downtown district, so we actually walk the streets in November, and we'll be doing that again. We're going to wait till it cools down just a little bit to make sure that downtown is safe and visible. Thanks to Jim Gross for his continuous work with Met Ed to get some of the underground utility issues fixed. I hope you guys will join us on Tuesday, August 4th for our 2nd year of National Night Out at our Downtown Resource Center with the York City Police Department. We also partner with the police department to help promote Coffee with a Cop at all of the downtown York locations, and worked really closely with our merchant community and the police department on the compassionate clear out that happened earlier this spring. The police department also did a fantastic job of presenting to our 120 plus downtown business members that were present at our merchant mixer in January at the Appel Center. Some of our marketing and promotion highlights: we have 1.8 million views year to date on our Facebook channels, 100% increase in engagement on our Instagram channels, with 192% increase in link clicks, which, if those of you in the marketing world, really means something. I just pretend to know about marketing, but we have a great team. So I passed out copies of our latest Downtown York magazine that just hit the streets after I submitted this presentation. We've really taken an intentional approach to do a better job of storytelling and really creating a more cohesive magazine product. And I think the photography and the cover photos that you guys are seeing this year really demonstrates that. We also made a concerted effort this year to do a better job of creating our own original content on our website. We're doing that through blog postings. We're averaging 3 to 4 a month, and we'll continue that up throughout the end of the year. Year to date, we've had 48 positive news mentions on various stories in downtown York. And we just hosted our second Influencer of the Year, thanks to a partnership with Explore York through our York County Trail Towns program. They were in town last weekend. Due to the haze, they will actually be coming back in a few weeks, so it may be a little bit longer before we start seeing that content. Some economic development highlights. Our Imagine the Possibilities campaign continues to grow and do better. You can see the results of our property that we featured in June. We've got some exciting plans for August to demonstrate. And then our Downtown Investment Guide continues to be a tool that we are leveraging when we're talking to developers and those interested in opening up a business in downtown York. Sarah Malinsky, who is the treasurer of the York Business Improvement District Authority Board, is in the audience, and she actually joined me in Erie this year, where I actually presented a session on the investment guide and the Imagine the Possibilities campaign, as well as a Bid 101 session highlight. And we continue to be the go-to to help connect, catalyze, and collaborate for entrepreneurs in the downtown York community. Some of our direct support to small businesses so far year to date, we awarded 18 Bloom grants to city businesses. Approximately 13 of those had ties to downtown, over $25,000. We've awarded 39 First Friday grants year to date, and we'll finish the year strong with a total of $12,000 allocated to downtown businesses. Awarded over $15,000 in welcoming community grants to events that are happening in the city. And so far year to date, we've hosted 16 ribbon cuttings, welcoming new businesses and celebrating new improvements to the downtown York community. We are also really focused on doing better job of directly marketing for our small business community. Right now, we're really focused on our Sundays in the City campaign, which runs May through October. Also, our new Meet Me in Downtown York campaign, which you guys may not see a lot of, simply because that's designed to bring people into downtown York. But I am excited to announce that last week we finally installed those new posters on the right in the juror room at the courthouse. The old posters had been there over 10 years based on the restaurant listing that was there. So we were really excited to get that done and knock that out. We've also got new video playing at the Revolution, and we're really incorporating our Meet Me in Downtown York campaign in some of our other marketing channels through the YCEA that go countywide. And of course, we're also launched some First Friday paid advertising this year. Our ambassadors rule, as well as our board members. Shout out to Mick Naper from our board, who's also in the audience tonight. We couldn't do the work that we do without them. Just a couple of highlights. Our ambassadors work all of the crawls that the Handsome Cab hosts and do registration. We'll actually be entering into an MOU with them next year to hopefully bring in a little bit of revenue and help enhance some of the efforts surrounding those. We hosted an amazing economic development tour in May, featuring some of the great projects that are happening throughout downtown York. One of our amazing ambassadors also started a downtown York walking club that meets every Thursday at Gather 256. If you're interested in getting out and walking the streets, they do a different route every week, and so much more. Also working to always enhance our partnerships. I tell everyone all the time, downtown revitalization is a team sport. Just a couple examples of that from this year is we just closed, I actually finished judging earlier today, artwork for the planter boxes along Market Street. That's a partnership with Rotary and the Cultural Alliance. Worked closely with the York County Planning Commission and the mayor's team to promote Bike Month in May. Also presented recently at the York Area Metropolitan Planning Association's Complete Streets Workshop. are partnering with the York Twinning Association to help secure funding. You can see on the bottom right hand of the screen, those are some old Welcome to York signs throughout the city, not necessarily downtown, but we want to make sure people have a great first impression when they're coming into the district. And then I currently now also sit on the board as an ex officio member of the York City Independent Restaurant Association. And these are all new partnerships that have taken place so far this year. Just some of our remaining event dates for you guys. Our First Friday block parties, our big Downtown First Awards are on August 13th. Please go online and register. Downtown Update, Sip and Savor, Hanging in the Green, Small Business Saturday, and Changemaker are all coming up before the end of the year. If you guys are wondering how you can support Downtown Inc., always shop small and dine local in downtown York. That's the number one thing you can do, is to support our small business community. Feel free to always share our content, whether that be our e-newsletters or our social media campaigns. If you're not signed up or following us at Downtown York, PA, please do so. We would love to have you or your business sponsor an event or donate to our cause. You can do all of that on our website. And tell your networks what you love about downtown York. I think there's a lot of misperceptions about downtown York, and so word of mouth is the best form of advertising that there is. And so anytime you can bring friends or family to downtown to experience something new, we would greatly appreciate it. You're always welcome to buy merch. We've got just launched some new summer merchandise on our website to show your love for downtown York wherever you go on your travels. And we always are looking for volunteers. So if you're interested in getting more involved, just let me know. That's all I've got.
Thank you, Sarah. Thank you
y'all
so
have any
very
questions?
much. I don't have any. I don't know if any of my colleagues do. Great presentation.
If you wouldn't mind, could you just, for the audience, can you remind people how you are funded?
Yeah, absolutely. So we receive on average about $112,000 in bid assessment revenue, and then we fundraise the remaining portion of our budget. That varies from year to year depending on grants, but we typically fundraise about $700,000 a year through philanthropic support, our event sponsorships, and our event revenues.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Up next, we have another presentation by Mr. Timothy Edwards, Executive Director of the Susquehanna Area Regional Airport Authority.
Good evening, and thank you, members of the council. It looks like you got... Yes, I do.
Okay, here's the clicker.
All right. Again, I was starting to say, it looks like you've got some important issues to discuss tonight, so I will be very brief as possible. And I'm just here really to take a few minutes to update the City Council on the operational statistics and project priorities of the Airport Authority. As you know, the City of York appoints 2 members of our board to the Airport Authority. We have one of them here tonight, Mr. Michael Walker from the City of York, and also Mr. Jim Gross from York County here joining us tonight. The Airport Authority is a multi-municipal authority that manages the operation, the administration and operation of Harrisburg International Airport and 3 general aviation airports, Capital City Executive Airport, Franklin County Regional Airport, and Gettysburg Airport. As I mentioned, we do have a 15-member board. 2 of those members are from the City of York, and we like to every couple of years come before the council just to give a brief update as to how things are going as it relates to the operation of the airport and the Airport Authority. Yep. As it relates to economic impact, I did want to mention, well, last year we had our largest year as far as airport enplanements were concerned. Passenger enplanements, 814,000. We're about 10% ahead of that for 2026. So we're really happy with that. And the most important thing I wanted to mention as it relates to economic activity or the funding of the airport, that issue just came up. If you do not use the airport, you do not pay for the airport. All of our revenue is derived by user fees, whether it's landing fees, parking fees, car rental fees, or from various grants and aviation FAA programs that we are members of. I'll move on to the next slide. Oh, I keep moving the pointer. Airline activity, one of the highlights that I wanted to mention today, we have 4 airlines that serve the region from Harrisburg International Airport. We have American, Delta, United, and Allegiant. As I said, last year was our busiest year ever. But what's more important, out of the 18 nonstop destinations out of Harrisburg International Airport, 7 of them are to gateway hubs, international gateway hubs. So whether it's Chicago or Atlanta or Dallas or Philadelphia, you basically can get anywhere in the world from just one stop from Harrisburg International Airport. So I did want to make that point. I said already that next year, this year, 2026, is going to be our busiest year ever. And Lancaster, Dauphin, and York counties comprise about 70% of our total passengers. Cargo activity, we have considerable cargo activity with both FedEx and UPS. Last year was our 5th busiest year. 2021 was our busiest year during the COVID pandemic and all the e-commerce that took place. We did just invest $64 million in a ramp expansion. We're working with a developer now to bring a sortation facility to that property, and that will allow 3 new large aircraft to park on the aircraft ramp, cargo ramp. Priority planning project for the future, the old Crawford Station is about 64 acres there. We are planning that for redevelopment. Redevelopment opportunities include aviation maintenance, general aviation facilities, and a workforce development and aviation training programs. I mentioned quickly the GA airports. We have 3 of them. Capital City Executive Airport, that's been part of the original airport authority. 2025 was a record year for that airport as far as aircraft activity operations is concerned. It is a designated reliever airport by the FAA, and it's also the choice for several state agencies, including the governor's office. In 2024, we acquired Franklin County Regional Airport, small general aviation airport in Adams County, and and Gettysburg Regional Airport, which is in Adams County. That was in 2026. Upcoming events, I did want to mention the air show we have coming up in 2027. We just had 2 successful air shows, one in 2025, one on Memorial Day this year, 2026, with the Blue Angels. Next year will be in July, and we will be offering the military demonstration team, the U.S. Air Force Thunderbirds. That was my presentation. Like I said, I usually take a few more minutes to go through that. It looks like there's a busy agenda tonight, so I wanted to be very brief, subject to your questions. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Edwards. I don't know if any of my colleagues have any questions or comments.
Okay. You want this back?
Yes, please.
Thank you again.
Thanks, Tim.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Moving along, as far as our meetings, our next legislative meeting is scheduled for Tuesday, August the 18th, 6:00 p.m. here in council chambers. As a reminder, all agenda items are due by 12 noon on August the 12th. And as far as our youth council committee, our youth council does not start until September the 1st, and so we are excited for them to start at that time. Moving along, we have our final passage of bills and resolutions. Up first, we have final passage of bill number 11.
Move to approve.
Second.
And that is a bill amending, this bill number 11, amending Article 307, which is incentive program for dwelling improvements of the codified ordinances to align the application, review, and abatement notice process with the requirements of the city. That's also known as our RETAP ordinance.
Is there any council comment regarding this matter or questions? Is there any comment or questions from the public regarding this matter? Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Okay. Supler,
Yes.
Bub,
Yes.
John Askew,
Yes.
Buckingham,
Yes.
Washington.
Yes, and that moves forward. Up next, we have final passage of bill number 12, excuse me.
Move to approve.
Second?
That is bill number 12, which was introduced by Betsy Buckingham at the June 2nd meeting of council, amending Article 8, which is also LERTA, of the codified ordinances to align the application, review, and abatement notice process with the requirements of the city.
Is there any council comment or question regarding this matter? Is there any public comment or question regarding this matter? Madam Clerk, can you please call the roll?
Supler,
Yes.
Bub,
Yes?
Jonescu,
Yes.
Buckingham,
Yes.
Washington.
Yes, and that moves forward. Up next, we have final passage of Bill number 13.
Move for a vote.
Second. It has been moved and seconded.
All right, Madam President, that is a bill, I'm sorry, no, I'll read it, I'm jumping ahead to ARPA already. Okay, so this is a bill amending the 2026 budget for the Bureau of Health for various grants received.
Is there any council comment or questions regarding this matter?
No.
Any public comment or questions regarding this matter? Madam Clerk, can you please call the roll?
I know we had a motion to approve, who seconded that? I'm sorry, I missed it.
I did.
Okay,
That's okay.
all right. Supler,
Yes.
Bub,
Yes?
Jonescu,
Yes.
Buckingham.
Yes.
Washington.
Yes, and that moves forward. Up next, we have final passage of Bill number 14.
Move for a vote.
Okay,
Second?
It has been moved and seconded.
all right, give me just 1 second here. Motion, Jonescu, seconded. Bub. Okay, so that is Bill number 14, which was introduced by Teresa Jonescu at the July 7th meeting of council. It's amending the 2026 budget for Economic and Community Development, Police and Recreation and Parks for Fund 29 to correct budgets for the programs, resulting in a budget transfer of $4.5 million and adding the additional funds for supporting programs in the same amount. Madam President, the mayor has proposed an amendment to Bill number 14, and that is included in your packets. And so I wanted to offer that amendment to council. If council's in agreement, I can read off those numbers for the proposed amendment. And so the amendment is to change Penn Street market renovations to take it from 1.208 thousand down up to 1.5 million. Blighted properties for the RDA from 1.8 million to $1 million. The police from 458,000, and that's being reduced to $477,681.67. The Parks Master Plan, that's staying the same at $318.8 thousand. The lead grant program, $50,000. Sylvia Newcomb is being increased from $300,000 to $638.3 thousand. Senior housing is going from $300,000 and being increased to $350,000. City roof project is being increased from $175,000 to $225,000, and city building generator is remaining the same at the original request of $25,000. Is there a motion to accept these or to introduce these amendments?
I make a motion to introduce these amendments.
I second it.
Okay. Okay, so there's a first and a second on those amendments. Are there any questions?
Yes. Briefly, just, you mentioned the 466 lead grant program at 50,000, going from 50 to 50. There was no original 50, so it's just a addition of 50.
Okay.
That's all I have.
Thank you. Is there any further council comment or questions? Thank Councilman.
Yeah, I had a couple questions. I see that there's representatives from the RDA here, and I was hoping that maybe the chairman could possibly come up and maybe speak to some of these potential changes, especially for the blighted properties. That, yeah.
Councilman Supler, but do you have any questions?
Yes,
Or is it specific to those,
it would be
properties?
specifically to this change in the number. Would that deteriorate the vision that was presented previously?
No, Mike Black, RDA Chairman, also city resident. To answer your question, no. We're very grateful for any of the funding that we can get. We appreciate the cooperation between Mayor Walker, your administration, and council to provide this funding for us. And we can definitely move forward with the project with the way the allocation has been presented.
Thank you.
And then that would, we would still be on track for 30 Soho as an affordable housing project down the road.
That is our plan, yes.
Is there any further, do you have any further questions? Is there any further council comment or questions?
I support this project, but I also just want to be clear that everyone understands that we hopefully will prove this, but the check can't be written until the project is vetted as an eligible and compliant use of the American Relief Plan dollars through our consultants.
Thank you, Vice President Buckingham. Is there any further council comment or questions regarding this matter? Is there any public comment or questions regarding this matter? Administration, Mayor Walker, do you have any comments or questions?
Just a comment. I want to say thank you for even considering. I know that we were on different spectrums, but that's the whole point of democracy and compromise. And between communication with RDA, with the censure, Thursday evening, was able to submit to you guys what we thought would be a good compromise when it comes to this. So look forward to moving this along. We still need to make sure that Accenture deems this as eligible. We've had a few meetings with RDA, and we want to thank those who are offering pro bono support as well from the development side to help us assess this. And hopefully we can get something moving along. So appreciate all of your support, the questions that you've had, and appreciate the volunteers of RDA as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mayor Walker.
Thank you.
So now what we'll do is just vote on the amendment before we vote on the bill as finally amended. Okay, so this is the vote to accept the amendment. Is there a motion to accept the amendment?
I make a motion to accept the amendment.
I'll second.
It has been moved and seconded. Madam Clerk, can you please call the roll?
Okay, Supler,
Yes.
Bub,
Yes.
John Askew,
Yes.
Buckingham,
Yes.
Washington.
Yes.
Okay, so the amendment was accepted. And now we will vote on the bill as amended. Is there any council comment or public comment on the bill before it's considered for final passage?
Yeah, I would like to make a comment. I just want to say thank you to everybody. I know that we kind of had some moments, some up and downs, you know, and I think this is a nice happy medium, especially for this large reallocation. The 4.6 million shift is not an anomaly, and throughout the year so far, I think I've seen other mid-sized cities similar to us have similar challenges. And we also heard that from the consultants say that there have been other similar challenges for other towns, and where people have been pulling money from different projects to prevent federal clawbacks. And I think what makes York's choice tonight is so enduring that we aren't completely abandoning our vision. By working through the RDA, we're keeping the spirit of affordable housing alive at 30 Soho, and we're balancing immediate, ready-to-go capital needs while still fighting for our local families. And with the deadline rapidly approaching, our focus must now be immediate execution. And let's pass this bill, protect the funding, and get these dollars hitting the neighborhoods. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there any further council comment? Any comment from the public? Madam Clerk?
Supler,
Yes.
Bub,
Yes?
John Askew,
Yes.
Buckingham,
Yes.
Washington.
Yes, and that moves forward.
Woo, thank you, Lord.
Where's the confetti?
I know, right?
Pop the champagne.
Up next, we have introduction of bill number,
That number 5 is pulled, remember?
yes. Oh, and at this time, because we have moved forward and passed bill number 14, the introduction of the next bill, which is listed as number 5, is being pulled at this time. You ready?
Yes.
Up next, we have introduction of bill number 15.
So introduced.
And that's bill number 15, introduced by Teresa John Askew, a bill amending the budget for 2026 by amending for the Health Department, updating revenue and expenditures for WellSpan's allocation in amount of $368,000, approving revenue and expenditures with the Family Planning Program in the amount of $6,966, and allocating revenue and expenditures for the Family Health Council of Central PA for women's health services in the amount of $47,320.
And that is a bill and it will sit. Up next, we have introduction of bill number 16.
So introduced.
Bill number 16, introduced by, give me 1 second here, I'm sorry. Introduced by Ryan Supler, a bill amending the 2026 budget for the police department by reallocating funds budgeted for the purchase of a vehicle to the purchase of a night watch mobile camera and funding additional officer overtime in the amount of $432,000.
And that is a bill and it will sit. Up next, our new business. We have resolution number 51.
So introduced.
Resolution number 51. Introduced by Betsy Buckingham, and that is, excuse me, here we go. Okay. That is a resolution consenting to the following appointments made by the mayor as members of the City Human Relations Commission: Rose Almeida, Christopher Hundley, and Tynesha Wilkes, to serve until July 16, 2029.
Move to approve.
Second.
It has been moved and seconded. Is there any council comment regarding this matter or questions? Is there any public comment or questions regarding this matter? Madam Clerk, can you please call the roll?
Hello, good evening. My name is Tynesha
Good
Wilkes.
evening.
I just want to say thank you for this opportunity. I will promise to serve with integrity in order to promote fairness and equity and serve this York community with everything I got. So thank you for the opportunity. Have a good evening.
Thank you.
Ain't approved yet, girl. Okay, Supler,
Yes.
Bub,
Yes.
John Askew,
Yes.
Buckingham.
Yes.
Washington.
Yes, and that moves forward.
Okay, do we have any, I know Tynesha is here, any of the other, okay, all right. If you all would like to stand, I could give you the oath of office real quick and get you in there. So it's just the two of you, and I know you're Tynesha, and your name, sir? Christopher. Okay, you can stand right there at the podium and just raise your right hand and repeat after me. Just give me a second to get these oaths out here.
See, you call me.
All right. All right, so repeat after me. I state your name.
Tanisha Wills,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support, obey, and defend
that I will support, obey, and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of this Commonwealth,
and the Constitution of this Commonwealth,
and that I will discharge the duties
and I will discharge the duties
of my office
of my office
with fidelity.
with fidelity.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
If you both can just come up and just sign this for me real quick. Can I borrow your pen?
Sure may.
Okay.
Thank you for your willingness to serve.
You can just sign your name. I fill in all the rest, so you don't have
Oh,
to
here
worry
you go.
about that.
Thank you.
Oh, you have something for, okay. Yep, so you just sign, I fill in the rest. All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you both so much for your service and willingness to serve the city of York. As I often state, the opportunity is open for individuals in our community to serve our authorities, boards, and commissions. It's a great way to get involved in the city of York. It's a great way to give back, and it's a great way to add your input as we're continuing to grow and improve as a city. So any individuals that are interested are welcome. The information's on our website at yorkcity.org if you're interested in serving in any of that capacity here in the city of York. So all those who do serve on authorities, boards, and commissions as well, thank you so very much, because without you, we wouldn't be able to do it. So up next, we have resolution number 52.
So introduced.
Resolution number 52, introduced by Betsy Buckingham. And, all right, whereas the city desires to purchase one Crimline door patch P2 stock equipment trailer, and whereas the purchase will be made through the city's CoStars program, and whereas the city desires to purchase the new Simline, I think I called it Crimline, Simline door patch P2 stock unit equipment trailer at a cost of $86,250,000, and whereas the city shall make purchases through a 5-year lease, and whereas the purchase will be financed through Fulton Bank, and whereas the lease payments shall be paid from vehicles liquid fuels highway account, now therefore be it resolved that the city is hereby authorized to purchase said equipment.
Move to approve.
Second. It has been moved and seconded. Is there any council comment regarding this?
I just had a question. I mean, this is a new piece, every time Public Works comes, is a piece of equipment I can't comprehend. How does a Simline Dora Patcher work, please, Director Gross?
Well, it's basically a self-contained unit. So it puts the material down into the pothole. First puts stone down, then it puts the oil down. So PennDOT has been using these for quite a few years. They purchase a little more fancy piece of equipment because it's all self-contained. This is going to be on a trailer, but it still increases our efficiency, I think, by quite a bit. Our highway superintendent is very excited about it. We can get down to a 2-man crew where we normally would have to send out 4-man crew to patch potholes. So,
And we know the city's busy, calling in those potholes right now.
that's right.
All right, thank you. I learned something every time you bring, a resolution before us.
Director Gross, is this a replacement, or is this just a totally new piece of equipment?
Totally new piece of equipment.
Thank you. Is there any further council comments or questions?
I would just thank Director Gross for answering my questions about the financing, how we're going to pay for it, and why it's being financed. So thank you for explaining that this is the best approach for paying for it.
You're welcome.
Is there any comments or questions from the public regarding this? Madam Clerk, can you please call the roll?
Supler.
Yes.
Buck.
Yes.
John Askew.
Yes.
Buckingham.
Yes.
Washington.
Yes, and that moves forward. Up next, we have resolution number 53.
So introduced.
Resolution number 53, introduced by Elizabeth Buck, whereas the Teamsters Local 776 is the recognized bargaining unit for the blue-collar workers, and whereas the city and Teamsters are parties to a collective bargaining agreement that expired on December 31st, 2025. And whereas the city and the Teamsters both negotiated in good faith a replacement contract, and whereas they agree that the agreement reached in negotiation is mutually beneficial to both parties, and whereas the updated agreement period will be from January 1st, 2026 through December 31st, 2028, and whereas the agreement must be approved by council, now therefore be it resolved, council hereby approves said agreement.
Move for a vote?
Second. It has been moved and seconded. Is there council comment regarding this matter?
Yeah, I just had a question on what are some of the major changes?
I was I can answer one piece of it, which I read through it and compared to the previous one, which we had a copy of a few years ago. It adds the property maintenance inspectors to this agreement at a starting salary of $24.65 an hour. It retains the same increase per year. It looks like it covers 3 years. The last one covered 3 years at a 3.25% increase. And that's all I could identify. And perhaps, I don't know if the solicitor or the administration has more that they want to add. That's what I identified.
There we go. No, I think that really covers it. Again, it's a lot of just in terms of management rights. And then I would say just the pay increases as well. Those have already gone into effect January 1. And then, again, I'd say it's a pretty standard contract in terms of what all was agreed to.
Thank you. Thank you both.
Is there any further council comment or questions? Is there any comment or question from the public regarding this matter? Madam Clerk, can you please call the roll?
Supler,
Yes.
Bub,
Yes?
Jonescu,
Yes.
Buckingham.
Yes.
Washington.
Yes, and that moves forward. Up next, we have resolution number 54.
So introduced.
What's going on with that, all that noise? All right, resolution number 54, introduced by Ryan Supler. Whereas the City Department of Fire Rescue has or will have 6 vacancies for the position of probationary firefighter, and whereas the City Civil Service Board reflects the following individuals eligible for appointment as probationary firefighters: Jeffrey Cleveland, Nicola Andrioni, you don't even know, do you? Okay, Tyler Wales. I am so sorry, firefighters, if I'm messing this up. Peter Hoy, Evan Slaymaker, and James Dieter. And whereas the following conditions must be met, the applicants have to pass the psych exam and medical exam. And if those candidates don't meet those requirements, they're standby candidates. And now therefore be it resolved, council hereby approves the said 6 probationary firefighters.
Move for a vote.
Second?
It has been moved and seconded. I see we have Chief Smith with us this evening.
No, just wanted to reiterate that we're currently at 63 personnel. We are budgeted for 69. We completed our hiring eligibility list process, which has generated the list before you. So we're looking to get back up to the 69 that we're budgeted for, which will go a long way towards our minimum manning increase that is occurring next year through contract.
Thank you, sir. Is there any council comment or questions for Chief? Any comments or questions from the public? Madam Clerk, can you please call the roll?
Supler,
Yes.
Bub,
Yes?
Jonescu.
Yes.
Buckingham.
Yes.
Washington.
Yes, and that moves forward. Thank you, sir. Up next, we have resolution number 55.
So introduced?
All right, give me just 1 second here. Okay. Okay, resolution number
55.
55, okay, I'm sorry,
I'm fine.
Is there a motion to read by short title?
So moved.
Is there a second? All in favor, yes?
Yes.
Opposed, no? All right, and that is a resolution authorizing the City of York to enter into a Fraser Partnership Plan Agreement with FPP Inc. for the lease of 42 multifunctional printers for a term of 63 months.
Move for a vote?
Second.
It has been moved and seconded. Is there any questions from council regarding this?
Yes. At first, I was just shocked when I saw the monthly amount. And so I started to do some math. And of course, the contract on the back page is a font 1, even with a magnifier and my bifocals. I could not get through it all. So I'm hoping that our city solicitor read that through. So what this amounted to was $54,124 and change a year over the 3 years, and it does concern me that this is a binding contract, $162,372 for the 3 years. But that's 1,440,000 black and white copies over the 3 years and 576,000 color prints over 3 years. Now, my question is, having worked for a large, major multinational corporation that has a similar kind of contract, overages similar to going over your data plan. Does the city have a plan for staying within those limits? Because that's where costs really run up when people, especially on the color printing, begin to go over. Will the city have any controls over managing those amounts every year?
Hi, Josh Houston with the Deputy Business Administrator for IT. Those overages, we actually, before entering with Fraser, we actually had them come in and do a site survey for us. We're actually renewing the contract, so those numbers are actually based on our current copies. As for the overages, we haven't really incurred any of those. If anything, it's been the maintenance due to these copiers going on 10 years old now. The overages, we do have a budget line for just in case purposes, but we haven't incurred those.
Okay. And what I'll do, I know some of the copiers that came to my workplace did everything short but brew the coffee for the office. But I found at the end of the day, all employees used them for the same basic things, copying, printing, and scanning. They didn't really take advantage of other, are we really, keeping to what, as far as the functionality of these, are they suitable? Are they, looking for what people will really use them for every day? Are we paying for functions that we don't need?
They actually are, again, due to the site survey that was done. A few of them were actually recommended to be upgraded. However, we kind of moved those around and we are keeping them where they are as opposed to adding more functionality or anything like that.
Okay, well, thank you. I wasn't aware that this was an existing contract that we were renewing. It wasn't in our paperwork. It's helpful to note.
I'll add it next time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Is there any further council comment or questions?
I just want to say I did look at the budget for 2026 and found a line item specifically for this contract at, it's in Department 220, which is IT, under the line item 44000 for the account, and it was at $55,000 for the year. So, and it mentions Fraser, so they're sticking within the budget, so that's good. And the one font agreement, there is a section here. It says, by initialing here, you agree that maintenance and supplies are not included in the agreement. And I see we do not have initials there, so I'm reading this to mean that maintenance and supplies are included. So yes. That's a good thing, yes, given that the color copies are, so much more expensive than the black and white.
And Solicitor Flowers did review the 1-point font.
Thank you.
Is there any further council comment or questions?
No.
Is there any comment or questions from the public regarding this? Madam Clerk, can you please call the roll?
Supler?
Yes.
Buck?
Yes.
Jonas Q?
Yes.
Buckingham?
Yes.
Washington?
Yes, and that moves forward. Up next, we have resolution number 56.
I'd like to move to pull this item from our agenda this evening.
Second.
That has been introduced in second to pull this item, to pull resolution number 56 from the agenda.
Okay, so with that said, I guess I'll take a vote on that. Supler?
Oh, can I ask the solicitor a question?
Sure.
Sure.
Do you recommend I vote or abstain on this matter?
That's entirely up to you.
So I'm able to vote on this one?
Entirely up to you as an individual council.
Okay. Yes to pool.
Okay, Super, Bub?
Yes.
John Askew?
Yes.
Buckingham?
Yes.
Washington?
Yes, and that has been pulled. At this time, we do not have a request for future meetings. Do we have any council comment this evening? Do we have any comment from our administration this evening?
Yes. Good evening, everyone. I'm sitting in for the Interim Director of Economic and Community Development. My name is Tammy Harvey-Bethea. And I just wanted to talk to everyone. We have the 3-year CDBG application process out, CDBG and home. So it's on our website under the yorkcity.org and under the housing department. Okay, so don't go into DCED, go into the housing department or just search it. Okay, so make sure you put in your applications because this is for 3 years. We had the hearing. That's the biggest hearing we have had, you know, and I appreciate Elizabeth Bubb coming and asking good questions. And I explained everything. So if you have a project that you think that is going to help our city, please put in an application. July 31st is the last date for the application.
Thank you, Director Bethea, and thank you, President Washington. So you don't have a council meeting until after this, a National Night Out reminder for our community. If you have not registered your events, please do so with Ms. Joan Henning. The first 10 entities, organizations that register get some nice gear for National Night Out. So please be sure to participate. We're looking forward to that evening throughout our community. And then a reminder for our residents that live near the York Fair. We have the applications open for permits since July 1st, and we are not seeing the numbers that we should be seeing. So we do not want residents to be cited without their permits. So please encourage anyone that you know who lives in the area to come in and get their permits or apply online. The last thing is thank you so much to all who volunteered to serve. We have representation, of course, from HRC with our new members and our volunteers that have served for quite some time. We also had RDA here. I believe everyone is gone from RDA. I know we have BID here. So thank you all so much for your service. I know it's a volunteer effort and a lot of you serve in multiple capacities throughout our community, and I want you to know we appreciate that. And then also I wanted to recognize our elected officials outside of city elected officials that are here. I see school board members. So I see, of course, Ms. Tynesha, who serves on many roles, and Ms. Margie Orr. Am I missing any other school board members here? I just always want to make sure I recognize you guys. I served on school board for 6 years. Thankless job. So we appreciate your service. I believe that is it. Again, thank you, council, for your willingness to support the compromise, and looking forward to getting things moving along. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Mayor Walker, to you and your administration. At this time, it is 7:08 p.m. and our meeting is adjourned. Everyone have a wonderful evening and even greater rest of the week. Thank you.